Good morning, class 9. Today we will read something about the proofs of Earth's sphericity. Okay, there are many proofs, but I will try to give you the easiest one so that you can understand it easily. I am starting with sunrise and sunset. Now the Earth is revolving. We see that the sun is rising in the east and it sets in the west. But this sunrise and sunset is having different timings at different places. Now why does this happen? This happens because the earth is rotating from west to east. That means if I presume this to be earth, okay, so this is east. Now for my convenience and your convenience, I will one minute, let me put it down and make it, then it will be easier. Now I am putting this smiley in the east, okay. Now if the sunrise have started here, that means the earth is revolving in this way. That's why it is going in the west. If it would have been revolved in this way, then they would have, this is going to, so they are thing in the first. But if it were revolved in this way, अगर इस तरह से घूमता तो चीज उल्टी होती, पर नहीं. West to east, west to east. Okay, this is why the earth is revolving we are seeing the sunrise in the east and the sun sets in the west. This happens only one half of the spherical sphere. Now this happens only, for instance, this is Japan and this is India. So it is starting from here and it comes here. It is happening into this sphere or spherical part only. So as it is spherical in sphere, we can illuminate by the sun at a particular position of the earth that this happens because the earth is spherical. Now if it would have been rectangular or square, then the sunrise would have been, for instance, if it would have been like this flat, then the sunrise would have been at the same time, isn't it? Because it is not circle, so it will get the light in the same time in every places. Okay, next is the lunar eclipse. Now if this is the earth and shadow, we have seen that when there is a shadow, if this is the moon, when there is shadow, the shadow comes like this curved. Okay, this curve shows this shadow is of the earth because the sun is the earth is coming between the sun and the moon. So this half curve tell us that the earth is spherical. Next is planetary bodies, that is the sun, moon, planets and their satellites. They are circular on line. We can, if we use a telescope, you can see that they are spherical because if when it is observed through a telescope from any chosen angle, the earth being a planet cannot be an exception, because if we put it any angle we can see the outlines, and being earth as cannot be exception. Next is horizon, circular horizon. Now, if I stand at one place in an open field and look forward, what will I see? I will see that the earth and the sky is coming and meeting at one place. If, for instance, I am standing here and I am looking forward, I will see that the earth and the sky is meeting somewhere. So that is known as horizon, and it emerges in a circular margin or line. Okay. This horizon widens as the increasing altitude, but also remains circular. It doesn't become square. You can watch it. This is some easiest way that I have told you. This then is circumnavigation of the earth. The first voyage that was started by Ferdinand Magellan of Portugal in 1519 and ended in 1522. This proved that the earth is spherical because he traveled around the earth by land or sea and he never came across any edges, and he have came up to that place where he have started. This proves that the earth is it is spherical in square. It is not flat or square. Okay, I am explaining you with this much only. Others I am not explaining. Okay, one more thing. That is traveling around the earth by aeroplanes or by ships. Aeroplanes can fly around the earth following the Mercator's chart. Traveling by aeroplane or ship, whoever is experiencing, they will experience that there is no age, and no age will come because the earth is round. Lastly, the space photographs. The photographs that has been taken from the space, from rockets or artificial satellites, show that all the planets are round. Photographers of the earth taken by astronauts like Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin from the moon also proves that the earth is round, and there they have a clear curved edge. This is perhaps the most convincing and updated proof that the earth is spherical. Now, earth as an oblate sphere. Our earth, it is not perfectly sphere. It is slightly flattened at the two poles, and there is a bulk at the equator. That means it is not like this round. It is something, if this is the earth, it is something like this. So there is a bulk near in the middle, that is the equator. Okay. Its shapes is more or less like an oblate spheroid or an oblate ellipsoid. Okay. The earth is spinning. Now, if this is the earth is spinning this way in a very high speed, and the speed is about 1600 km per hour. And this movement is known as rotation. Now, the earth is also in this way, it is moving in one place. Along with it, this is also moving around the sun in this way. Okay, so this movement is known as revolution. Moving in one place on its own axis is known as rotation, and when it is moving around the sun in rotation only, it is known as revolution. Okay, the spherical body rotating continuously on its axis at a high speed, that is known as rotation. Our earth. The next question arises, why there is a bulk near the equator. Now that bulk comes because the earth is rotating in a very high speed, and as the earth is not solid, the interior of the earth is molten lava is there. So there is a bulk formation near the equator. It has tectonic plates and thin crust that move slowly, and so it is not solid, as it is not solid in the interior. This movement makes, and if it would have been makes it bulk, and if it would have been solid, then if a solid ball you move it, it will not get bulked. So this is reason why there is bulk formation in near the equator. Our Earth, the next is the account of the slight flattening of the poles. Why it is flattened? It is also the reason that at the top it is flattened due to this high speed. Thus the shape of the earth of an ball, thus the earth has a shape of an oblate spheroid. This can be compared to the shape of an orange or a pear. Okay, it can be given that type of example. Okay, this much. Okay, one more thing. The surface of the earth has several unexplained anomalies which are true for anything which is termed as earth shape, termed as geode. The earth shape which is known as geode. What is the term geode? So this is the answer.